You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about Caitlin Clark and, of course, the ongoing treatment of her by the women of the WNBA. And I got to tell you, I've always vocally said this. My politics, obviously, and Bill Maher's politics do not align. Although he's sounding a lot more like me in the last 24 months than the other way around, I assure you of that. But Bill Maher, on his show, Real Time, came out and decided to give a little commentary about the Caitlin Clark situation. And this was this is talking about not only the treatment, her hip check, as we're calling it, the body check, the forearm shiver, the bionic elbow, whatever you want to call it, that she received from Kennedy Carter, but also the women treating her poorly in the league in general and not embracing her and what it is she can do for the sport. I mean, it's wild. And Bill Maher is out here dropping some truth bombs again about what the hell we're seeing. And frankly, he went nuclear, and he's getting some real shrapnel on this, all right? And some real blowback because he got brutally honest. And he talked about something we've talked about, the Brittney Griner trifecta, right? Which is black, woman, lesbian. And Bill Maher just comes out and says he believes this is playing a role in the treatment of Caitlin Clark. And I don't think you'd have to be a total idiot and a blind person not to be able to see that. You know, a lot of lefties are idiots and they can't see it. But this lefty, Bill Maher, actually calls it out. And I give him some credit for it. This is what Bill Maher had to say. And he also talked about her teammates. We've been vocal about the fact that it feels like her teammates do not have her back to the extent that one would expect. All right? Even to the point that after the Kennedy Carter foul, guys like Chandler Parsons and Draymond Green in the NBA have to come out and say, who's doing the enforcing on this team? Who's taking care of their teammate on this team? Are they just going to let Caitlin Clark, because I don't think any of us expect her to not to continue to get the shit beat out of her on during games, especially now after not only all the Angel Reese, Kennedy Carter blowback, but also now the snub of her on Team USA. These WNBA players hate everything involving her, but most particularly her popularity, which is odd because they're going to get to line their pockets from it. Let's get to this. Quote, women's basketball got on my radar because of Caitlin Clark. The other girls in the league are delighted for her success. I'm kidding, of course. They fucking hate her. I mean, everybody can see it. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. See, if this was men, they'd defend each other on the same team. I mean, men will fight from two teams, but when somebody checks you on who's your own team, you defend that guy. Amen. 110% correct. I'm just saying, men have their bad parts. We're toxic. We're dogs. Only women would do this. Women are catty. Even the ones on your own team. Well, he went on to drop some more truth here. He further told viewers there is a racial element to the conduct and behavior displayed towards Indiana Fever star. Quote, it's not always racism when a white person succeeds. Amen. It's everything. It's women are catty. The league is very lesbian, and she's not. And there's race. There's a lot going on. Bill Maher's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. It's amazing. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And this goes back to, look, A'ja Wilson, who's supposed to be the best player in this league, a lot of this is on her. Because I think a lot of these players heard her comments and it created a fuel and a fire, right? And all of a sudden, I think these black players, these lesbians, they got pissed off. You can tell they're pissed. I mean, A'ja Wilson, this was her comments. Remember this. It's a huge thing. I think a lot of people may say it's not about black and white, but to me, it is. It really is, because you can be top-notch at what you do as a black woman, but yet maybe there's something that people don't want to see. They don't want to see it as marketable. So it doesn't matter how hard I work. It doesn't matter what we all do as black women. We're still going to be swept under the rug. That's why it boils my blood when people say it's not about race. And I'm not going to play the foul for the umpteenth time, but one's got to wonder, one's got to ask yourself, is she really the one that lit the fire under this? You know, is she in part responsible for Kennedy Carter, you know, ramming into Caitlin Clark and most notably vocally and visibly calling her a bitch when she did it? Look, I mean, Bill Maher's about as liberal as you can get, although he's got some leaning right tendencies lately. But he's about as liberal as any. And if he can see that this looks like a racial issue and this looks like a lesbian activist issue, if he can tell all of these kind of things, shit, it's not hard to see. There's nobody making this up. We can see how she's being treated. And that's wild, but yeah, when you put some thought behind it, now that I'm really thinking about it, I'm like, is this where the fire got lit? You know, did it start with the Angel Reese thing in college? Is that where part of the fire got lit? Or is it just the overall animosity towards the fact that they can tell Caitlin Clark is bigger than their league? And they're jealous and hateful of that. She is. All right? To this day, right now, Caitlin Clark games are tripling the viewership versus every other non-Indiana Fever televised game in the league. Tripling it. 1.2 million viewers to 400,000. And you know that's got to be pissing these women off, which is wild, because I'd be sitting back and I'd be elbowing my teammate watching all of this happen, and I'd be like, we're going to make a shit ton of money. She's going to explode this league. Are the minimum salaries going to go up? Could we look up in 3 years and all be making, you know, $175,000 a year or $225,000 a year because of all the added revenue and what that's going to do to television deals and all this kind of thing? These women are dumb. They're hateful and they're stupid. At the same time, you want to talk about not being able to see the forest for the trees right here. I applaud Bill Maher on this one. He got another one right. They fucking hate her. That was his quote. Excuse my language. He's not wrong. Jesus, man. And we got, guys, there's 28 more games left on the schedule. Ice up, Caitlin. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.